Okay. No, anyway, so so I hope I come back. It would be very nice, and hopefully this is the beginning of a relationship with the audience as well, because the audience here doesn't know me. Maybe hopefully through some recordings. You know, I have maybe 40 recordings over the last 25 years, and maybe some people know from that. But I expect that most people in the audience will not have heard me play before live, and I like to develop a relationship with the audience, coming back time and again, and then you get to meet the same people and develop a rapport, which is something very nice for an artist. So hopefully.
I suppose most people know you from YouTube.
From YouTube? Please do not mention the Washington Metro. No, you know what I mean. Yes. Oh, it's that one for some reason spread somehow. Well.
It was interesting to do it. I think so.
Yeah, it was something I did for fun 5 years ago almost, and I was asked by the journalist to do this stunt, not a publicity stunt. It was more. He called it an experiment, but not really an experiment, but something to make people think about music and the context of music and how we view art. And somehow it became very popular. This thing, it got spread on YouTube and emailed viral, almost like viral on the email. So I guess it's good publicity. But I remember once I was in, I think, Ecuador, and I got, on the day of the concert, I had food poisoning. I ate something. Hopefully this ceviche here will not cause incidents, but so far so good. But I had food poisoning on the day of the concert, and I was in bed, like completely couldn't move. I had to play at night, which I think Sibelius concerto, which I did, of course. But during the day, the doctor came, he put intravenous fluids. I was completely dead, and he spoke no English at all, and we couldn't communicate. And he was just a local doctor. And then he looked at me and said, "Metro violin?" He knew about this guy, so it spread around. But anyway, hopefully that's not how the only way people will remember me.
Mr. Bell, Gonzalo Tella from operaperu.com. Pleasure to finally see you here. Some questions. Impressions about Lima first, then what are the challenges of facing this new audience for you? And last question is, what do you think about the new generation of musicians, let's say violinists, pianists, etc.? What do you think about, there are so many right now, and if for you is like competition in some way? What is your opinion about this?
Well, okay, let me handle this. But first of all, my impressions of Lima. I just arrived late last night, so I had a very warm welcome at the airport, and since I've arrived, I've met very warm people, very nice people. So very positive impressions so far. As far as the audience, you know, we will see how the feeling is in the audience on Saturday and Sunday. It's something that the atmosphere is something very important, and one can feel in the audience how on stage you can feel how the audience absorbs the music. I'm sure no matter what, it will be better than the Metro in Washington. But we'll see. It's new for me to come here. My way of playing music is really to just, in a way, I kind of get into my own little world that's independent in a way of the audience, and then hopefully the audience will connect with this. That's sort of my philosophy about it, but it does make a difference to have an attentive audience, and so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Your question about the future.
Yeah, the present generation. It's like a boom. I say there's a lot of recordings, a lot of new people.
There's a boom. There's so many people playing. There's so many. There was an article, I think, in the New York Times just this week about how the whole idea of virtuoso pianist, it was about pianists, that there are so many that it almost doesn't mean as much anymore that to play virtuoso piano, that there's so many from China and from other places that can play perfect. But really the special musicians, the ones that really connect with your heart and soul, are still few, and this maybe will always be that way. If you and in every field, you know, I look for the ones that have this special something to say. And if someone has something to say with music, there's no competition. You don't think there's room in the world for as many voices as there are exist people that have something to say. So I don't think music in any way as competition, or nothing makes me happier than to turn on the radio and hear a violin playing that's not mine, that I think is fantastic and something special. It makes me, I don't think, oh, my competition. I think, oh, thank God there's some things, people out there, new people coming out that have something really special to say. And I think there are. And it seems that music is very, if you look on YouTube, it's full of so many young musicians, so much. The access to music is so great. Now we can access it on the internet and download, 100 versions of the Beethoven violin concerto if we want, 100 different ones, which is exciting and nice. So I am positive and optimistic about the future of music. It's not dying,
One last question.
Yeah.
Can I? Here in Peru, you know the El Sistema from Venezuela, and now Peru is like installing a new sistema here. It's
good.
Imposed or developed by Juan Diego Flores and other artists. What do you think about this kind of systems? You think they are the USA or maybe Europe can develop these systems? What do you think about them? About their?
Well, I think it's clearly it's a phenomenon and fantastic. It's wonderful. I've experienced in Venezuela the sistema. I played with the musicians. I know Gustavo Dudamel, a friend of mine, and he's a product of that, among many others. I went to Brazil, in Sao Paulo, where they had a similar system, and I went to visit a class of young people, some of the best ones. They went to their orchestra rehearsal, and they played for me in Brazil Mendelssohn overture, and I was so amazed. It was better than the professional orchestra that I had played with that week. And they were these young kids, and so we played the Mendelssohn Concerto together, impromptu, and it was a great experience. And I see this is spread. I'm so happy that it's here, that you're developing this here. There are people in the States trying to do the same thing, and in Europe, and I think this is a formula we should all be copying, because it serves so many different purposes. It helps on a socioeconomic level for some kids that are born into very difficult circumstances. It spreads music in an amazing way to young people. It creates heroes for young people. Like a Dudamel becomes a hero for the Venezuelan young people. That's something extraordinary, and so yes, it's a great thing.